All right, hey everybody, I'm coming on and we're going to do a core focused workout today. Short and sweet. Just a real quick differentiation. In Pilates, we often talk about the powerhouse. In the workout world, we often talk about the core. So the difference between the core and the powerhouse is often when we're referring to the core, we're just thinking about the front, the abdominals. But in Pilates, when we talk about the powerhouse, where really all your power and strength comes from, it involves the front, but also the sides and the back. So the powerhouse literally is everything between your ribs and the bottom of your butt. We include the pelvis and the glutes as part of the powerhouse because so much of your stability comes from the side hip as well as the glutes. So with this well-rounded powerhouse workout today, we're going to use a mat, and I'm also going to use my loving friend, the foam roller, to get things going. So we're just going to start on your back here and just kind of get some warm-up going. We're just going to place the roller behind the bottom of your shoulder blades. Just going to take my hands behind the head, step the feet out a little bit, hover the pelvis, bring it into a tuck, and I'm just going to glide up and down just to sort of warm up my back a little bit here as we go. That feels so good. And then reach the right elbow up and tip a little bit over to the left side and just warm that area up. And then I come back to center, keep that gliding going. It's not about the amount of pressure, it's about the consistency. So just pressing into the front or curved side of the roller, and then reach the left elbow up and get a little bit into the right inside edge of the shoulder blade. Good. Come back to center, place your pelvis down, and just go into a little twisting action here, just to get some mobility into the ribs and some fluid flow up into the rib cage. And then come to center, take a breath in, and exhale. Good. And then bring your hands behind your legs and sit yourself up. So then we're going to bring the roller in. We're going to sit on top of the roller. And we're just going to do a little gliding on your sits bones. We want to bring some hydration into your pelvis, into your hip area, as well as into your low back. Finish with your sits bones on the feet side of your roller. Take one hand to the side and then the other. Find that nice little scoop through the tummy. So the weight of my body is primarily my pelvis on the roller. And then I just glide forward and back on my sacrum. I'm going to tip my knees over to one side and just swirl around between my sacrum and the glute. Good, warming all that up, especially if you do have an office job or you've just been sitting a little bit. It's always good to get some hydration and fluid flow into the buttocks, and then tip over to the other side and do the same thing right there. Yeah, that feels great. Awesome. And then come back to center and we can just slide off the roller. We're just going to sit in a little mermaid stance with the legs, and I'm going to put my hand on the roller and just do a little side over. Breathe in and then come up. I always like to start with some mobility and some breathing just to get blood flow into the area. You know, if we just start heading into the workout and hit it hard and we haven't warmed up yet, we might not get the most out of the workout just because the tissue doesn't have the hydration and the preparation for what we're asking it to do. We can switch our legs the other way. Love this position. Even though we're getting the mobility through the ribs, we've also got this internal external rotation at the hips, which is fantastic. Hand goes onto the roller nice and tall through your spine. As I go over, notice that I'm keeping relaxed through that bottom shoulder. I'm not really weight bearing a lot on this arm. I'm using my rib cage to support and hold my body. And again, breath in to go over, and then lift up tall, and just one more time, breath in to go over and lift up tall. Good. One more little warm-up exercise is we can come onto the knees here, hands on the roller, and just stretch forward, create a little length through the spine, and then round up. Good. So I'm just using the roller as a glide. I could be having my hands on the floor and doing this, but you know, having this little prop just helps to make the movement a little bit smaller. And one more time to lengthen out, going into extension, and then going into flexion. Good. All right, so now I'm going to take my roller, place it behind my low back. So it's just at about low ribs. I like this because my back has some support. I can get the feedback that I'm actually activating my abdominals. But notice that my neck and shoulders are not in a position of strain. So often in Pilates when we're doing chest lifts, a lot of people feel the tension in the neck. But here now I'm up a little bit higher, so I don't have that tension, but we can really focus on deep work through the abdominals. So let's do that. I'm going to take my hands behind my legs, and I want to have a little bit of tension where I'm pushing my hands into my legs. Relax the shoulders, but use that to pull your belly to spine. Energy creates energy. So we take a breath in. As you exhale, draw your belly to your spine, and then release your arms and hold that scoop. The progression, which adds challenge, is you would bring your feet up. Heels can be slack to your seat, or you can hold them up. Relax your shoulders. Now you're going to press your hands into your thighs, but you're also now going to press your thighs into your hands. Shoulders stay relaxed. Take another breath in. As you exhale, draw belly to spine, deepening that scoop. Keep your eyes just drawing down onto your abdomen, and as you release your arms, can you keep that scoop through your abdomen? And then bring it in. Bringing your feet down, now we're going to take your hands behind your head. We're going to bring your right leg up and your left leg up. We're going to exhale, find that nice deep scoop and extend one leg out. Bring it back in. Exhale, draw belly to spine. So the most important thing here is that you're not letting your stomach pop out. Instead, you're really deepening through your abdominals and pulling in. And then bring it in. We're going to add a progression. We extend your right leg and then rotate to the left, holding the scoop. Bring it back to center. Extend your left leg with a breath. Exhale, rotate to the right. Nothing else moves but your ribs. Your upper body is holding the same shape. So as I rotate, it's like there's an eye on my sternum and I'm turning there. I'm not pulling my elbows or pulling my head. I'm rotating from here. And then bring it center. Extend. Exhale, rotate. Inhale back to center. Now we put it together. On your exhale, you're going to rotate and reach and bring it back. Deepening the scoop, thinking about your belly button pulling towards your spine as you lift your abdominals up and in under your ribs. And rotate. Let's do one more each side. And exhale. And exhale. Bring it back to center. Hands behind your legs, roll up. Open your hips, take your arms up for a breath in, and exhale to relax forward. Nice to stretch that out as we go. Good, and then roll all the way up. So now I'm going to teach you my favorite way to have excellent technique with the plank. We're going to take the roller and place your pelvis right on top of the roller. So I'm between my pubic bone and my hip bone, so it's just right in the middle of my pelvis. I'm going to take my forearms in a parallel position so my elbows and hands are lined up with my shoulders, but now I'm going to, from my shoulder, externally rotate. So what that looks like here is that my hands are here. I'm not doing this. It's from my shoulder that I'm turning out. So I've got that external rotation at the shoulder. And then when you pull your elbows, so create tension and pull down, you can feel the activation of your lats. So that's what we want to find. So we externally rotate, you pull the elbows down and in at a V angle. Now notice my head is in line with my spine, my belly is pulled in, my toes are curled under. As I breathe, I'm going to straighten my knees. I keep that tension in the upper body. And on an exhale, belly to spine, just hover your pelvis off the mat. So now we've got the tension in the upper body, tension in the core by drawing your belly to spine. Your heels are reaching back. You're lengthening your sternum forward, growing through your spine, out through the crown of your head. Let your pelvis come down, rest your knees. Good. Hopefully that felt good. Maybe you got a little quiver. Pull the elbows in. Feel the connection through your triceps, your lats. Draw your belly to spine. Straighten your knees, head alignment, big breath. Exhale, hover. Notice my ribs and my pelvis are aligned. My hips are not dragging or up to the ceiling. I'm in a straight line from my tail to the crown of my head. By pulling your elbows and forearms in, drawing your belly to spine, we're getting this beautiful activation of your torso. Pelvis comes down, knees relax. Let's do it 2 more times. Check your shoulder position. Pull your elbows down and in on that V angle. Straighten your knees. Breathe in. Exhale. Engage your core by pulling your belly to spine. Hover your pelvis off the roller. Hold, inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Hold, inhale. And exhale. And bring it down. Knees touch. And we can stretch back. Beautiful way for the plank because your pelvis is already partway there. And it makes it much easier to have that alignment from your head to your tail. And just stretch it out a little bit here. And round up. And 1 more time to stretch out. And come up. Good. So we can also do it laterally. Oh, good, everyone's saying. All right, so we're going to bring the roller under your pelvis. Your feet are flexed and you're on the outside of your heel. Your elbow is under your shoulder and your head is lined up with your spine. This will create neck tension. So we want to bring the head down and now watch. Lift the bottom ribs up. Lift those ribs up. Now you can use your hand on the roller or use your hand on the floor if you need it. Otherwise, we breathe in. As you exhale, you lift your pelvis off the roller. Notice again, my position is my chin, my sternum, belly button, and pubic bone are all in alignment. Allow your pelvis to come down. Take a little load off that shoulder. Again, breath in, head alignment. Exhale, belly to spine. Push down into the elbow, lift your hips. So again, noticing that I'm nice and open through my neck and shoulder. Bottom ribs are pushing my top ribs up, and then I come down. We did 4 before, so we'll do 4 on this side. 2 down, 2 to go. Push into the form. Notice how that lifts me up. And then I hover, take a breath, cool, calm, and collected, smiling at the work, and then we come back down. Always remember to breathe. 1 more time. Think alignment, head alignment, ribs lift, push through your forearm, big exhale, lift, hold for a breath, inhale, and exhale. Bring your pelvis down and release. Whew, that was a good one. All right, let's do the other side. So we are focusing on core effort, but certainly we're getting arm and we're getting some lats, so we're getting some mid upper back. All right, so the roller is just mid pelvis. My elbow is under my shoulder and my head is in line. So think nose, chin, sternum, belly button, pubic bone all together. Feet are flexed. Breathe in. Exhale. Lift the bottom pelvis up. Lift the bottom ribs up. A lot of times when people are planking, they're thinking about this side. I want you to think about this side and lifting and lots of space in through the shoulder. Gently bring your pelvis down. Breathe in. Press into your forearm. Draw belly to spine. Bottom ribs. Lift the top ribs up. Breathe. And bring it down. Good. 2 down, 2 to go. Breath in. This arm, it could be here, it could be here, it could be here. And exhale, lift, hold 4, 3 with the breath. Beautiful job, you guys. Really well done. And bring it down. Strength versus strain. Push into the form. Engage your lats. Belly to spine with the breath. And you lift. Holding for that inhale. And the exhale. And bring it all the way down. Wow, good. So we've worked around all the different sides here. Now we want to work the glutes and the inner thighs. So we're going to go into our knee knackers. So we're going to bring the roller, between the inner thigh, just above the knees. We want your arms long by your side. Now, just lift your forefoot up and just slightly pigeon toe. Don't make it too much. It's just a little bit of a turn in. We breathe in. As you exhale, focus on, think of pushing your heels away from your seat. You want to squeeze the lower fibers of your glutes into your sits bones. As you lift, focus on squeezing the underside of the roller as you reach your knees over your toes. Relax your shoulders, chest is sternum and ribs are soft, throat is open. Keep pressing into your feet. Use all your toes, your glutes and your inner thigh. Take a breath in and exhale to gently roll back down. Again, breathing in. Exhale, feet. Push your heels away from your seat. Squeeze your glutes into your sits bones. Press your inner thigh into the underside of the roller as you reach your knees over your toes. Breath in, so it's all in the lower body with extension through the hip and thighs, and then gently come back down. Breath in. Exhale, feet, heels push. Squeeze your glutes. Inner thigh presses into the underside of the roller as you reach your knees over your toes. Notice there's very little movement in my upper quadrant. Breath in, keep that tension. Feel that engagement through your abs, glutes, and inner thigh. And then gently to roll back down. One more time, breath in. As you exhale, I call it scoop, squeeze, and roll. Breath in at the top. Feel your feet pressing down. Squeeze into the underside of the roller. Lengthen your knees over your toes. And then we gently come back down. All the way down. Good. Now we take the roller. We're going to place it behind our pelvis. And then lift your hips and roll the roller right underneath. Now it's important here that the roller is not under your low back, that when you bring your leg up and draw a straight line down the side of your thigh, that from the greater trochanter it lands right on top of the roller. We're going to bring our legs up. Pull your tummy in. Take your hands, place them on your thighs and slide them up. Elbows are straight, shoulders are relaxed. Press your thighs into your hands and hold that tension. So there's your thighs pushing into your hands and your arms are stopping the motion. Now watching my pelvis, I breathe in. As I exhale, I sink belly to spine. And then as I inhale, I slowly return my pelvis to the top of the roller, but I keep my ribs still. Pressing your thighs into your hands. Exhale, sink belly to spine. And then inhale as I re-tilt my pelvis on the roller. I'm not letting my ribs pop up. So here, this is a differentiation movement of mobilizing your pelvis while maintaining stillness in your ribs. Important for a healthy back in general, but important for many, many sports like running where your pelvis and ribs move independently, like the golf swing, tennis, pickleball, you name it. It's just a natural motion where the pelvis and ribs move in opposition. And one more time, exhale, sink belly to spine, and then tilt. Now, we're going to keep the core engaged, but your pelvis weighted on the roller. We're going to bring your legs up to tabletop. Let your arms come by your side. Focus is more lower abdominals. I like to place my hands on the roller. It just helps to stop it from moving. We're going to exhale, draw belly to spine, extend your legs out. If two legs feels too much, how do you know you're not able to maintain that in motion of the lower abdominals? You could do one leg, extend out and bring it in. Another modification with legs would go more to the ceiling. More challenging is legs go lower and then bring it in. Create that experience as if the activation of your abdominals is pressing your legs away And the activation of your abdominals is bringing them in. One more time. Exhale, draw belly to spine, and then bring it in. Now we're going to take another breath. And as you exhale, we're going to slowly take one leg halfway down, keeping that sinking belly to spine, and bring it up. Exhale, sink belly to spine, and bring it up. And that leg is only moving as far as your abdominals stay drawn in, and bring it up. Exhale, draw belly to spine, and bring it up. And one more time, draw belly to spine, and bring it up. Bring your legs in, remove the roller. Hands behind your legs, tuck your chin, and just start to roll. Keep the scoop. If you have a spine that's quite stiff and you're not comfortable rolling, just roll onto your side and come up to a sitting position. We'll be there in just a moment. Good, and now roll all the way up and balance. Next, we're going to take the roller behind us. We're going to sit on the roller. We want your sits bones on your feet side of the roller so you're in a scoop. Your legs can be straight. So we're in this nice deep scoop. Again, what I like about this session I'm providing today is that we're keeping the neck tension out of it. Let your arms rest to your side. So pulling your abdominals in, finding that deep scoop. We're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, deepen that abdominal activation and bring your arm across. Inhale, it comes out. Exhale, sink belly to spine and rotate. Inhale to center. Exhale, sink belly to spine. And inhale, center. A progression would be both hands fan across. So now there's a period of time where you let go. And draw your abdominals in and bring it across. And draw your abdominals in and across. And one more time. And across. Nice work. Bring it to center and roll down. So we're just going to finish with one more exercise of extension so that we've moved our spine in all directions and we've activated all of our powerhouse. So you're on your stomach. Your arms are resting on the foam roller just above your wrist. Relax your shoulders, so we can do that by shrugging the shoulders up and then gently drawing them down. Now draw your bellies to spine, gently press your pubic bone into the mat. As you breathe in, we're going to press into the roller and come up to a place that feels strong and stable for you. Make sure your abdominals come with you so that the abdominals are supporting the low back and that the effort is in your triceps, your lats, and your core. And then you slowly come forward. Again, inhale, shoulders down, collarbone wide. Exhale to come forward. Inhale, press down into the roller to lift. And exhale to come forward. 2 more times. Inhale, draw the shoulders down. I'm pressing down into the roller to bring myself up. And then slowly to come forward. And one more time. Pressing through the roller, lengthening. Good. And then coming all the way down. Take your hands under your shoulders, push yourself up, and come into a shell stretch. So, it was a quickie, but I hope that felt good. We hit all of our parts. You can add more challenge by adding more reps or going through this workout twice. I hope that felt good. Thank you so much for joining me today.